Hello and welcome to the episode of Battle Ready.
Already!
Where today we thought we'd depart just a little bit and talk about some painting stuff.
Painting.
So we've talked before about painting, different color schemes, box art, that sort of thing. But this time I wanted to focus in on
The new Hallowed Knights thing.
Well, yeah, on the Stormcast Eternals. So up until this point, every Stormcast Eternal, basically, that we've seen has been
in Stormcast.
And Hammers.
Hammers, yeah.
Right, Hammers of Sigmar, gold and blue.
Sigmarines.
The Sigmarines. Gold and blue, right? Because the Ultramarines are blue and gold.
Yep.
Right?
Sigmarines.
So that's sort of been the standard. Although there have been other painting schemes.
Yeah, and
right?
the paint tips and
some
pictures.
If you look at the sub-factions, right, there's Hallowed Knights, there's Celestial Vindicators, there's Astral Templar. There's a bunch of them. There's like 8 of them.
Yeah.
So it was interesting when Skaventide is coming out and everything has been painted in Hallowed Knights color. So first, Drake, what do you think of Hallowed Knights color? Just the color scheme, because their lore is pretty cool. I think they might actually have the best lore of all the Storm hosts. Man, some people might say Hammers, but I really like the Hallowed Knights. But putting all that extra aside, we just look at the color scheme. What do you think of the Hallowed Knights color scheme? Is it cool? Is it lame?
It's an interesting color scheme with the silver and blue. Is that what it is?
Yep.
But it's not my favorite way to paint Stormcast. I've painted a couple. I think I like the Hammers of Sigmar the best. Mainly because you get to say, yeah, I painted that with a gold color that actually looks good.
Well, so some people, I think Hammers of Sigmar looks really good.
Oh, yeah.
I think that that probably is a minority opinion. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people dislike the Hammers colors. But that said, looking at Hallowed Knights, I actually think Hallowed Knights is probably the lamest Storm host color. That's because if you were just going to paint some medieval knights, they would just also be silver.
And then blue.
And then, yeah, you could have a little heraldry on them or something. So, to me, Hallowed Knights doesn't communicate these, like, basically demigod warriors forged out there and they're coming down to fight. It's like, oh, it's a tall guy in a suit of armor. Yeah, with some blue. I don't really like the Hallowed Knights at all. Again, probably a minority opinion.
I'm sure you could do something crazy with it.
Well, what's interesting is I wonder if they're going to be doing more of this because they came out with a picture of the two spearheads, the Adrasta spearhead and the Vigilant Brotherhood or whatever it is.
I think it.
And both of them are painted in weird Storm host colors.
Yeah. Black, was it?
One was black and teal.
I think that's...
And I forget what the other one is. That's nothing.
Oh, it is nothing, yeah.
There is no Storm host.
Well, it's not one of the main 8. There might be some weird of like hundreds of other
Well, that's the thing is you can always make your own, right? Yeah. And that's like one of the cool things. Be like this is my own Storm host that I've created, and they are pink and pinker, right? You can do whatever you want, but it's cool that in the advertising though we're getting something other than Hammers, right? So I think that's cool. I would love to see more. I would love to see more of that. And I would love to see the various box arts sort of lean into different pictures, different art styles. That way, maybe people don't feel so constrained by one particular scheme. And also, they get to see a lot more, right? So it's one thing to see the one guy in a Astral Templar in the Codex,
like
right?
Just his shoulder plate.
Right, it's like one model, how to paint Astral Templars. Whereas when you see a whole unit together or a whole spearhead force, it starts to look like, oh, okay, I see how this would all look together. I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
So I think having a little bit more of that smattered throughout would be good. What's your favorite Storm host color, do you think?
I haven't been able to see like most of the Storm hosts in all their resplendent glory.
That's true.
But from what I've seen, I think I like between Hallowed Knights and Hammers, because that's really the only 2 I've seen, I think I like Hammers better.
So Hammers is my second favorite.
Second too?
I think I like Hammers of the Helden Hammer. Oh no, Anvils of the Helden Hammer.
Yeah, those guys are cool.
Because they're in all black.
Yeah.
I think they look really smart. I think they look really cool. The only reason I wouldn't paint them is because guess what else is black with gold trim? Chaos Warriors.
Oh no.
So then if you have Slaves versus Stormcast, it's just a sea of black with gold trim, and that's not visually appealing.
Yeah.
So I don't.
You want to have gold with blue trim.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's just something different, right? Something to distinguish the armies a little bit more. But if you just looked at, a model or a group of models together, I do think that color scheme looks really good on their armor.
Yeah.
So here's the next thought then.
Next thought.
Well, Skaventide, it's all Hallowed Knights, right?
Yeah.
Are they going to keep Hallowed Knights
as the new poster boys?
As the new poster boys? Are they going to rotate it each edition? What do you think?
I don't know. I wonder if they just put all 8 storm hosts in a hat and just Hallowed Knights. Okay.
I don't think so, because maybe they did that for this one, but up until now, it's been Hammers all day, every day, right? Yeah. I'll tell you, I don't think Hallowed Knights are going to be the perma poster boys, and the reason is we've seen several War Scrolls now, and they all have pictures
of Hammers
of Sigmar, including the new guys.
Yeah,
like the new Lord Veritant on his Griff Stalker.
Oh, Lord Veritant's the guy on the
new Lord somebody on his Griff Stalker.
Yes, that guy.
He's definitely in Hammers of Sigmar colors. Other things are in Hammers of Sigmar colors. So it's like, okay, on the War Scrolls, that's still apparently going to be the poster boys. But I think it is interesting. And I would love to see when 5th edition rolls around, I would love to see them feature Celestial Vindicators.
Seems like we're jumping the gun.
And
already going for 5th edition.
6th edition comes out, and it's Astral Templars.
We're jumping
the rifle. 7th edition comes out.
We're jumping the minigun.
So I think that I would like to see more and more of that out there. As far as other storm hosts, I think it would be good just to encourage people to paint differently. Because you do a good job in painting whatever color schemes you like.
I'm doing Blood Tooths right now.
Blood Tooths. But I really like to hew closer to things that I've seen because I'm a very average painter, but I'm a terrible color picker. And I never know what colors look good together, and I don't want to waste time. You could do a test model and paint it up and then look at it and see what you think. But I don't like painting, and that seems like it takes a lot of time.
What I do is I just pick, when I did Gordrak, it was this huge monster. I was like, okay, scales, green, wings, letter green, tears in the wings, pink. I just chose a color and did it.
That's good.
And I didn't care what it looked like afterward.
But before I go for it, I want to know that the colors look good together. And the easiest way to do that is to see what's already been painted. Does that look good together? All right, I'll do that.
Do it.
So yeah, I think both are good. I would love to see more different storm hosts be featured. I think that even though Hallowed Knights is my least favorite storm host, I like the variety, and I hope we get to see more of it. So, any final thoughts?
I think we got it all.
All right, tell us in the comments below what your favorite storm host is. Are we crazy for liking Hammers of Sigmar? Or are you a secret Hammers admirer as well?
We admire the long hammers, the short hammers, and all the hammers.
This has been another episode of Battle Ready. Thanks so much for watching.